Oh yeah, this is rich. Fedor Emelianenko versus Quinton Rampage Jackson for the main event of Ryzen Bellator crossover event on December 29. Now, December 29 in America, I think. Japan usually has like New Year's Eve events for like pro wrestling and mixed martial arts, even boxing. I know they're really big on New Year's Eve events. I remember Yaren no Ka. Ryzen, being the ghost of Pride, has brought in two former Pride fighters in order to headline their event, and well, let's put it this way: this is not the last Emperor Fedor Emelianenko anymore. This is abdicated Emperor Fedor Emelianenko at this point, because man, how many times has he lost since then? Like three, four? All right, so four. Yeah, four times, and let's see. He won against Frank Mir because Frank Mir is a pudge of jelly. He won against Chael Sonnen, who, well, let's be honest, he's not a heavyweight. He lost to Ryan Bader, for heaven's sake. He lost to Matt Mitrione. And then before that, his infamous losing streak to Fabricio Verdum, then to Bigfoot Silva. 2011 though, so this is still TRT era Bigfoot Silva. And then Dan Henderson, because, well, Dan Henderson, even when he's like 500 years old, he can still knock you out with an H-bomb. Here's another poster, and here's the thing. Unified MMA rules, but they're gonna fight it in Japan. Okay, so it's gonna be in the cage, definitely. And for those who may not be aware, Japan really hates the cage. They hate it so much. Well, I can't find any photos of it, but let's just say when they started using the cage, MMA fighters were actually bringing in banners protesting that they should bring back the ring. I don't know, I guess it's for tradition's sake. With that said, the thing about the ring is it's really terrible for MMA. They have like attendants outside, you know, pulling on the ropes whenever fighters are on the edge. Just have a cage with a solid fence. I know it's not super ideal. You know, people can bullshit that. They can walk up the cage. Rampage Jackson in a heavyweight bout. Because at this point in his life, I don't know if he can actually get back down to 205. Yeah, because as people like to point out, this is not Rampage, this is Snack Page. Hell, when was the last time he has ever slammed someone? Because back in Pride, what he was most famous for was slams. But then he went to the UFC, got a new trainer. What's his name? Juanito something? He was a boxing coach. So Rampage became really into his boxing. And mind you, that meant that he wasn't slamming people anymore, but at least he won the UFC light heavyweight title from that, because he had a pretty okay left hook that knocked out Chuck Liddell. But hey, at this point, I don't know. I think he's too stiff. How old is he now? 41. He's 41. He's a 41-year-old kid. By the way, that's true. People like to say that those who are kind of close to him, they find him kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say immature, but, you know, he's hard to rein in. So, I don't know about that. Rampage, please, retire. Kevin Randleman's dead. Kimbo Slice is dead. We don't want you dead as well. Now, mind you, this is not prime Fedor, but he could still throw a cracking overhand right. Hopefully, he turns out alright after this fight. At least get a big payday. They're gonna load up on Mexican supplements, I guarantee you that. They're gonna load up, because they don't test in Japan. Mind you, Unified MMA rules, Bellator, they will do some testing maybe, so that Japan doesn't keep relying on these old men for their main events anymore. Please build up some stars. Pride is dead. You might as well build your own legacy. Come on, Ryzen's not bad. At least you're giving one championship a run for their money whenever they do a show in Japan. New Japan Pro Wrestling is back on top, and MMA isn't as big as it used to be. Because that's what replaced them. When Pride Fighting Championship was big, New Japan Pro Wrestling was in a dark age. And before you say, hey, wait a minute, those are two very different things. It's MMA is the real thing. Pro wrestling is fake fighting. Well, yeah, but to Japanese audiences, they're kinda similar. Because Japanese pro wrestling has always maintained its status as a sport, regardless of scripted outcomes. Well, with that said, despite everything I've said, I don't know, unfavorable about this event, I'll still watch it, I guess. Well, what can you do? You know, like, meh. It's still a big event, it's still a big fight, I might as well watch it.